job descriptions, part one, something that every organisation has. Usually what we mean when we talk about job descriptions is something which is 4 or 5 years old at best, that came out of a dusty cabinet in the HR department, which is a list of duties of exactly what's going to be done, using the same job description to hire, job to job to job every time that we hire, which really gives us no information. So what you've got to consider is, first of all, when really looking at redesigning your job descriptions or redefining them, is what are we actually going to use these for? And there's 4 key purposes. The first one is as a point of reference, which is to say this is the job, these are the reporting lines, this is what goes on, this is what's important. The second one is going to be for generating your marketing content to attract people to particular roles. And that could be internal marketing so that everyone's aware of what goes on. That could be external. So we need to begin that by thinking of job descriptions as content. How do we make a job description content? What are we talking about? So you really should start with the most in-demand piece of content from somebody who is browsing or viewing your job, which is the picture of the job, the picture of the place where somebody's going to work. The second thing is the movie of the job, the 1-minute video of actually a job holder, not a boss, talking about this is my job, this is what I do, this is how it works, this is the organisation, these are the people. So very, very short video clip, the movie of the job, the story of the job, enough written content from the job holders about the stories, the connections, these are the people. We know that when people are looking at applying for a job, the first place they go is to LinkedIn and look at the LinkedIn profiles of the people who do the jobs in your company. So what story does that tell them? And then we come down to actually putting the job in some kind of order. The third purpose then is going to be marketing or advertising. How are we going to market and advertise this job? And how are we going to make it attractive to people who want to apply? So that's really thinking about what would make someone apply. What I'd recommend you do to do that is take the job holders in your organisation and go through with them and say, test, A/B test, which is a real basic marketing technique, which is showing this ad or this ad, which one would you apply for? Doing blind tests. You've already got the audience that you want. They're the people who already work for you. You're looking to replicate them in some number. So which of these would you apply for? What would excite you? What would you be looking for? If we're talking about something technical, really what's interesting is we start with the domain and the work. The work itself is the brand. What am I going to be doing rather than what am I responsible for? And what's the split of that in real terms? The fourth thing is actually being useful for hiring managers and recruiters as a matching instrument to say, okay, is there enough information that we can search and match to from a recruiting and sourcing point of view? And then from a hiring manager as a checklist to go through and say, consistently we are applying the same job description criteria. So that's 4 things that are absolutely key in a job description. And not just one, not just as an admin task or a point of reference. Once you've got that and you've created your job descriptions as content and thought about your jobs as content created by current job holders in real authentic terms, then you'll begin to see the difference of people following roles in organisations.